Hi, welcome to It's a Good Sandwich. Today we are going to do a Sunday favorite in our family. From the time I was a little kid, we would always go to my grandparents' house and we would make, my grandfather would make homemade ice cream. And so, anyways, it's also been a favorite of my wife's family as well. Used to be that in the olden days, you actually had to sit out and you would hand crank the ice cream in order to make it set up. Well, today we have electric, and so it's a little easier and a little more efficient. We like to use, and we've used several different brands, but we like to use the White Mountain brand. One thing that I think is very significant about these mixers is they have the middle mixer as well as they have these blades that go around and touch the outside of the container and keep the ice cream from sticking to the sides. So anyways, we really like this one. I think it makes the very best ice cream. The recipe we're going to use today is also one that the family has used for quite a few years. We asked today where it came from. My wife's dad said that that he got it from my wife's sister. So we asked my wife's sister. She said she got it from somebody else, and I don't know if anybody even knows where it came from. But it's a really good recipe, and it has just a simple base, and you can make a lot of different recipes from the same recipe. So today we're going to make chocolate banana, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 1 quart of whipping cream. You could use half and half, but you would need to use twice as much. So we're going to put in the whole quart of whipping cream. We're going to put in 2.5 cups of sugar. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And the base is, if you're just going to make vanilla, you would put in 1 container of Jello pudding, instant Jello pudding, a large box. And today, because we're going to do a chocolate banana, we're going to use half of this one, which was previously used on another recipe. And we're going to use half of a banana cream as well. We'll save the other half for another time. But like I said, if you were just using vanilla, you would just use 1 package of vanilla. Okay? So the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to put some, you don't have to, but we think it's much better if we do. All I'm doing is putting a little milk into the blender just so that the bananas, we're gonna just completely smooth them out. You could chop them up and make them so that it was like chunky bananas in your ice cream, but we kind of like it smooth. So we're gonna put 1.5 bananas in, and it really doesn't matter how much milk you put in because we're gonna add more milk into the container before we're all said and done. So we're going to turn this on, mix this up, and that should be mixed up enough. You can see it's just real smooth. A few chunks in there looks like, but no big deal. We're going to get a wooden spoon, and we're going to mix up this mixture until it's really well mixed. We don't want it to, you got to make sure you get everything off of the bottom of the container. Is pretty important. When this is finished, we're going to end up we're going to fill this to 2/3 of the container. So this recipe is for a 6-quart container of ice cream. So if you were making less than 6 quarts, you would have to work the math of the proportions that we mentioned. Anyways, we love ice cream. We love to share ice cream. It's kind of fun because you can make all different flavors, whatever you like. I'm going to get a whisk and whisk it just a little bit because there's a little bit of chunks from the pudding on top. We'll make sure there's nothing stuck on the bottom. Feels really good. So now we're going to finish filling this to 2/3 of the way, which is really close already. We'll mix it up a little bit more. And there we have it. So now we'll put our mixer blade in, put the lid on, put it in our container, and now we're going to go outside and we'll show you how we mix up put the ice and the rock salt together. Okay, we're outside and we're now going to start putting the ice cream or the ice in. As we put the ice in, we're going to add some rock salt. We just use this water softener salt because it's cheap. They sell it in a large bag. You can buy ice cream salt, which is just a glorified rock salt as well. We just use whatever's convenient. Just put a little bit of rock salt in as you go. It's always good to have help. And we put it all the way to the top. All right, so we got it filled up. Now we're going to turn it on, plug it in, and when I plug it in, it's going to get really loud. We know when it's done is when the machine turns off. And as it's going, it's a good idea to come out and check it periodically. Sometimes, usually, almost always, you have to add a little bit more ice. And as you add ice, add more rock salt to it as well. And when the machine stops, ice cream will be ready. We'll return at that point. Okay, so the machine shut off. So we went out and got the container with the ice cream in it. So, like I said, we filled up to 2/3 of the way full. So now as it expands, it should be completely full. We like to take it out of the container. As you can see, it is just about completely full. We like to take it out of the container, but before we do, we'll mention some of the other flavors that we've done. We like to make Rocky Road, it's one of our favorites. We like to make chocolate, orange chocolate, almond and pistachio, lemon meringue, cookie dough, cookies and cream. I like just vanilla, but for each one of those, you can get a pudding package for it, and so it's pretty easy to make. You would just change the vanilla. If you want to make chocolate, you just change the vanilla for chocolate. If you want to make pistachio, you just change the vanilla for pistachio. So those are how you would change the flavors of your ice cream. And if you're going to make other flavors, like for example Rocky Road, then we use almond extract instead of vanilla. And if you were going to make like orange chocolate, then you would use some orange extract. So you can kind of experiment with them. They're a lot of fun. But this is how it's nice and thick. You can see it's very thick. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. I'm certain of that. It's very, very creamy. The pudding makes it nice and creamy. Anyway, it's just a great recipe that we like, and we are really going to enjoy this ice cream. Thanks for watching.
I like chocolate.